JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. So for restaurant owners, if you're wanting details on how to apply for the Restaurant Revitalization Fund Grant, I'm putting a link in the body of this video to the SBA website, and they have a tremendous amount of information, video, examples, how to walk through it. They've got a phenomenal memo to walk you all through it. So what's the purpose of this video? Well, I'm giving you the link to the information. I'm going to be doing another video walking through the how-to. And when I do that video, I'll put a link to the body of it. I'll put a link to it in the body of this. But here's the point of this video for restaurant owners, okay? Food truck owners, bakery, caterers, things to that effect. So first of all, typically for those that own these kind of establishments, potentially would maybe enjoy watching a video from somebody not in a suit talking like this, wanting you to know about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund Grant. So I'm hoping that possibly you are maybe a new subscriber, and what I want you to know is that I have videos that I go coach. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go chef on you, okay? So the only chefs I've ever been around are those that are on TV. So I don't really know if this is a reality or if it's a parody, but what I do know is that when a chef says something, you do it, right? So even if you're an owner, who's typically in charge of the kitchen? The chef. All right? So I'm going to go chef on you. So I'm glad you made it to here. What you're going to do is you're going to go and get this Restaurant Revitalization Grant. The only way you don't qualify for this grant is if you made more money in 2020 compared to 2019. So if you made less money, as in your gross income, in 2020 as compared to 2019, you need to go and get this grant. And if you're not familiar with it, guess what it is? Whatever you lost in gross revenue, when you compare 19 to 20, you get this money. So if your gross was $1 million in 2019 and your gross was $500,000 in 2020, you are getting $500,000. What are you doing? What are you doing? You should actually stop listening to this video right now, because the chef is telling you to get on it. Go to the link to the SBA website and start applying for this. It doesn't matter if you need to close for an afternoon or for a Friday or for a Sunday to then get after getting this grant. It literally is going to give you whatever you lost in 2020, dollar for dollar. Literally. And guess what? You don't have to pay it back. It's not taxable. It does not reduce down your expenses. You have 2 years to use it. You can use it for food costs, beverage costs, payroll, rent, making your mortgage payments, your operating costs, basically whatever your normal ongoing expenses are, you're able to use it. You have 2 years to use it. You don't file a forgiveness form at the end. It's just simply, for lack of a better word, the honor system that if you don't use it up within 2 years, then you have to return it. So if your numbers were down, which I hate it for you, but if your numbers were down in 2020, what were they down by? That's what you're going to get. What are you doing right now? Why are you actually still listening to me? And why are you not putting the close sign up, if you have to start applying for this? Or calling in reinforcements to catch the front? What do owners a lot of time do? They fill in as a manager, they're seating people, they're helping to make sure that orders are going out. Guess what? Nothing else matters right now, because there is not an infinite amount of money related to this. I don't want to put you in a panic, but this is brand new as of the beginning of May. I don't know that it's going to last because it's up to $5 million per restaurant location. Now, no more than $10 million per business. So if you have a business and you have more than one location for your restaurant, well, then you're looking at a max $10 million. I want to make sure you're really digesting this, okay? Because the chef is telling you that when you lift the lid on whatever it's called that covers your, there is a neighbor right here, and his kid is literally peeing in the front yard. I interrupted myself because I want you to really hear me. You don't have to show anything other than your gross was down. Yeah, it's going to be based on your tax returns. Okay? Yeah, your gross can include sales tax or any other taxes that you collected from your customer and then remitted to the government. But you take your gross sales for 19 and then you go, what were my gross sales in 20? What am I down by? You get that money up to $5 million. Was your gross sales 300,000 in 2019 and then your gross sales was 100,000 in 2020? You're going to get $200,000 tax-free. You don't pay it back. You get to use it basically for all operating expenses of your business. You need to build something outside for customer seating. Boom, that's one of the uses. You need to go and get this. So if you're a business owner and you have a chef and your chef tells you, no, I need these kind of, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Do not sit around and ask other restaurants, are they doing this? Because I'm going to put a link in the body of this to restaurant.org, your mothership that's already blessed this. They've put together a phenomenal flyer, if you will, or PDF on it. But guess what? I'm going to give you a link to it mostly because if you're still listening, maybe you don't believe it or you think there's a catch or maybe it's not meant for you, and it is. Okay? So the only reason to look at that is to go, oh, wow, it must be really real if restaurant.org is telling us all about it. Because really where you need to go is sba.gov. I'm giving you a link to it, and go to that page. And now that is what you're doing. That is what you're doing. $200,000 for a business. We're talking restaurants, bakeries, catering. It runs it through. It's got videos, it's got examples, it's walking through with you, okay? Now, we're in the early phases, so there's a rollout related to it. They're giving it to certain kinds of owned businesses. So in the meantime, you need to get after it. Yes, there's a little bit of a process to it. $200,000, I would think you would want to devote some time and effort to this. How much do you make at a lunch? How much do you make at a catering event? How much do you make at dinner? How much do you make in a week? Is it more than what you lost in 2020 compared to 19? Yes or no? Okay, I'm pretty sure I know the answer. So you need to stay up all night. You need to get a babysitter. You need to call in your parents to help you, or your friends, or your loved ones. Or you need to not be in the business being distracted by customers and vendors and your employees that all have wonderful needs and they're there to help you. And I'm glad that you want to help your customers, and I'm glad that you want to keep your doors open. Your doors are going to stay open if you're not there for a day or two. Okay. Your doors are going to stay open long term if you have to turn the sign to say, I'm closed this Sunday. The business can survive if you have to pull an all-nighter at least twice. Don't look left. Don't look right. Don't ask other business owners, well, gee golly, are you doing this? Because at the time that you then look left and right and ask people questions and get on Facebook and then watch another video and watch another video and blah, 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 it could run out. So stop giving excuses to yourself for not applying for this aid, because you need it. You need this aid, right? All right. So I don't have a chef's hat on, but I'm going to take it off. Why do you think it is that I talk that way if you made it to here? Because like a coach, right? Like a coach, I'm encouraging you. I'm slapping you on the rear and I'm saying, get out there. You need to do this, okay? Because many small business owners, guess what? You're the only owner. Guess what? You don't have a boardroom. Guess what? You're not sure of certain aspects because why? You're working your butt off. So this right here is me telling you, you need to give yourself permission. No more excuses. You may have not even known you had excuses. You may not even have been aware of this program until this video. So what I'm trying to reassure you on is you don't need to watch any more YouTube videos on it. You don't even really need to read any articles on it because the SBA on their website gives you everything you could possibly think of. Every question you can think of, they answer on the website. In their webinar, they give you examples. It is full of information, literally written that you would be able to understand it, not just a professional. You need to get after it. The only source you need to look at is the SBA website. I promise you. So don't waste any more time. Get after this. And you know why? Because we need you. We need the restaurants. Where I'm at here in Oklahoma, there are a number of small businesses that have shut down, and the majority of them have been restaurants or food venues or bakeries. Bless your heart. You need this money. Get it. Get in line. Make sure you're applying. Follow up. Get learned on this, if you will, as they say in my parts, and make sure that you get what this is meant to do, which is to help your business, make you survive. You got 2 years to spend this money. That's a long time. This is to make sure that you're propped up. You're back to where you need to be. All right? You need this, so go get it. You deserve it. All right. Hey, if you made it to here and you're not a subscriber, well, thank you for trusting me. I am doing a couple other videos. As I do those videos, I will put a link in the body of this. But guess what? You don't need my videos. You just need to go to the website. But nonetheless, I'm going to do some videos that'll walk you through that SBA page when I have some time to pull that together. Nonetheless, go to the SBA. I'm surprised you're still watching, but since you are, I love you. I appreciate you. You do need this, and you do deserve it. All right, hey, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, and then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite